Hey, my name's Jacques Hartman, and I'm going to show you how to optimize, maximize the most important part of your copy, and it is the most underutilized, under-optimized part as well, which is crazy to me. And what's even crazier, actually, is the other day I was on the phone with Kevin Rogers, and he told me that he did a survey to his list, and to see what topic they wanted him to talk about, and there were three topics. And the topic I'm about to tell you today, we're talking about today, was the least favorite. It got the least amount of votes, which is insane because this area is worth 80% of your response, and a small change, since it's so underutilized, just one change can increase your response by 100, 200, 300% or more, and I didn't make that up. I got those figures from Jay Abraham. So if you don't believe me, believe him, because he's a billion-dollar marketer. He knows what he's doing, as do I. Anyway, this area, which I'm going to tell you about soon, and these techniques, which I'm going to tell you about soon, there's 9, can be used for any medium. Sales pages, squeeze pages, newspaper ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, I don't care, it doesn't matter. Can be used for any market heat level, cold, hot, warm, although I like to call them strangers, acquaintances, friends, and raving fans, but that's a topic for another day. So I'm also going to show you, since, don't believe me, I'm just, an undiscovered awesome copywriter. With a big ego, apparently. So I'm going to show you examples of top direct marketers, top copywriters, deceased, rest in peace, and living, who use these 9 skeptic-proof, they're headlines. There you go. They're skeptic-proof headline techniques. And I'm going to show you how they use this in the real world, okay? So without further ado, let us get into it. Alright, first up is marketing funnel expert Todd Brown. He uses an implied benefit with curiosity and built-in proof, and this is just for his homepage, so it works for your homepage as well. And the built-in proof and the implied benefit both come from the I've ever used for generating customers. So that part says that if he did it, he's the expert, he's already done it, he's already gotten the results, that's the proof. The implied benefit is that he's going to show them what it is. Maybe. They don't know, but they know that he's going to talk about it. And so that's where the call to action comes in. Curious what it is, click here. So you can see how that ties together. And by the way, these are actually 2 skeptic proof headline techniques in one, the built-in proof and the implied benefit with curiosity. And you can actually use as many as you want, all of the 9 in one, maybe. If I haven't seen that before, but maybe you can pull it off. But you'll see that most of these top guys and gals are using more than one. Next, Amy Porterfield, famous Facebook ad specialist, magnificent. She uses, I put 2 headlines technically are in a Facebook ad, depending on which they see first. So on the upper half, you see she uses a yes or no type question with an implied promise, because by asking, do you need a bigger email list? And then she wouldn't ask that without proposing a solution. So people are going to read that and think, yes, I do. Why are you asking that question? Is there a solution to it? Then we got the mechanism on the bottom, which is the unique way that your benefit or solution is achieved. In this case, it's probably a benefit unless someone needs to grow their email list to like feed their family or something, in which case it would be a solution, which is more powerful. But either way, the mechanism is the guerrilla marketing tactics part. It's a little weak. It could be improved a bit, but it's a mechanism nonetheless. Then we got Neil Patel. Enough said. If you don't know who he is, I am very shocked. Actually, if you don't know who any of the people that I'm going to show you are, then I would be shocked. But anyway, he uses a story from aha to oh shit. I'm sharing everything on my journey to 100,000 monthly visitors. So why does this work? You can see that all he's doing is he's saying I, my. Aren't you supposed to use you all the time? No, because if he said how you can get 100,000 monthly visitors, then people would be like that's crazy. I can't do that, or this is BS. I'm out of here. But instead he implies that by sharing his journey to 100,000 monthly visitors, whatever he's going to learn, they're going to learn too, and then they're going to be able to do the same thing. So that's why it works. Hence the I'm learning a lot and so will you part. Then we got Synergetics. Synergetics? I'm not too sure. But they did, or still do, I'm not sure about that either, they did, at least, do 100 million in revenue per year, and this headline uses three skeptic-proof headline techniques: the open-ended question, implied promise, and built-in authority. The built-in authority comes from the doctor part. If it said, how does this 69-year-old man have the body of a 30-year-old, it wouldn't be as powerful as a doctor. The implied promise is that once they learn how this 69-year-old does it, they will too. And then the open-ended question is much more powerful than if they said, this 69-year-old doctor has the body of a 30-year-old. Find out how. Next. Number one digital marketing authority, the digital marketer. They use implied promise, built-in proof. Again, there's two headlines, one on the bottom, one on the top, depending on what they see first. The one on the top, implied promise, built-in proof. The built-in proof is the fact that it built their 10,113 member program for free. So instead of saying how you can get 10,000 plus members for free, they say that they did it, which implies that others can do it too, right? Then the bottom is the mechanism. Ultimate funnel blueprint, again, that's sort of weak, but it's descriptive and it's benefit oriented, which is the two things that Clayton Makepeace suggests a title should have. In this case, this is the title of their worksheet or the blueprint that they're giving away. So it's descriptive and it's benefit oriented a little bit. It could be better by saying something like ultimate funnel blueprint for generating an abundance of members or something like that. But that might be a little too much desire, which if they're going for cold traffic, aka strangers, the trust scale would tip. Because you put on too much desire, they don't believe you, and they're gone. Next, we got Ramit Sethi, founder of I Will Teach You to Be Rich. It is a crazy sounding name, a ridiculous sounding name for a website for a business, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, but I promise you that his content is by far the best content out there. He's a really good guy, and if you haven't checked him out yet, you definitely should. So he uses, this is an opt-in box, just a pop-up, and for the headline, he uses an implied promise mechanism plus built-in proof. The implied promise, again, is the fact that he generated $400,000 from a single launch, so they can do it too if they get his 5-day email funnel, which is the mechanism, and then the built-in proof is also that he generated the $400,000 from a single launch. Next, Agora, the direct marketing behemoth, $500 million per year company. They got news and implied promise. This is for their Money Morning, I believe it's called. This box will provide wireless data to every corner of America. Now, if you're an investor, which is what this website is about, investing, then you're going to think, whoa, if this box is going to provide wireless data to every corner of America, that means a lot of people are going to be buying it, right? And that means if it will in the future, maybe other people haven't discovered it, and if I invest in it, then I'll get a huge amount of return because it's going to every corner of America. And it also helps that it's in the news form. If they said, this box will provide wireless data to every corner of America, and you can get in before it blows up and make millions, that would be too big of a promise, right? So they just gently imply the promise, get them interested. That's all your headline has to do. Attract your target market, call them out, and get them to read the next sentence. That's all your headline does. Next, more from Agora, news, implied promise. They're big on this, and in the financial industry, this is the preferred way to go I've seen. Tiny niche sector surges 670,000%, 37 trillion, fortune on horizon. This works because this is actually the page that this leads to. So they already prepared them for this promise, which still isn't a direct promise, but it's implying even more of what a benefit it will be to invest in this little black box, this tiny niche sector. And some more from Agora. This is the last one from Agora. This is a sales page where they use story, news, implied promise. When mankind landed on the moon in 1969, we unlocked the key to a $3.7 trillion bonanza. Again, no direct promise at all. It's just getting people interested. Investors who understand that getting new news before everyone else and getting in on stocks before they blow up is the key to wealth. So this is what it's doing. It's getting people to imagine what benefit they will get. Now, Gary Halbert, the late master copywriter, RIP, the Prince of Print, arguably the best copywriter who ever lived. He uses implied promise news mechanism, and if you look at his other ads, I guarantee you he uses at least one skeptic proof headline in all of his ads. I guarantee you. So this one, the amazing money-making secret of a desperate nerd from Ohio. Again, the reason this works is because the mechanism is actually him, the desperate nerd from Ohio part. As crazy as that is, a mechanism can be a person. It's just how the benefit or the solution is achieved. And in this case, it's achieved by learning the secret that a desperate nerd from Ohio knows. So that's why it works. Again, the implied promise, news. And news works especially well for Facebook ads, by the way, since it is a news feed, and this was used in newspapers. You see the connection? And here's another one with news, this time from Eugene Schwartz, my favorite copywriter. He is also deceased, but he was a brilliant man, and I think he was the best copywriter in history. But I digress. Let us learn from him. He uses news, just like Gary Halbert, in a newspaper, built-in authority, and mechanism. So I forgot to mention another reason why news works is because it blends in with the newspaper and it blends into the news feed, and that's why it works so well, because it even works for blog posts. If you make something seem like it's a blog post, but it's actually an ad, that works so much better. This has built-in authority by the fact that it's using doctor reports. If it just said man reports, it would lose a bunch of belief and people wouldn't believe it. The mechanism is the miracle diet, which is a little bit vague. It could be more powerful, but back in the day, this would have been enough mechanism to convince people that it's different. And then, like I said, it's disguised as news. Alright, so as you can see, All top marketers, copywriters, entrepreneurs, anyone who knows how to do direct marketing uses these skeptic-proof headlines. Now, they don't call them skeptic-proof headlines. Most of the time, it just comes from a lot of experience, but I have 9 ways that are written out for you that show you the 9 ways to skeptic-proof your headline, just like these guys did, these guys and gals did that you just saw. And if you want to discover all 9 ways, you can go and download my book at the link you see here, or you can click the link below or above this video, depending on where you're watching it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please share it. I would really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.